Oh, hey, buddies. How we doing? Welcome to the show. It is another week. It's another Monday. It is Barn Burner. And look at everybody's... everyone's back together again. He's alive. He's made it. He's Ryan Pinder.
Fellas, how we doing?
Oh, we're good. How are you doing?
Very good. Very good. I had a big sleep yesterday. Hadn't had a lot of sleep for a while. I just had a big snoozer. Big zapper.
The European vacation.
Oh. They got to figure it out, Rhett. Aside from the incredibly small portions of food and tiny rooms and tiny beds and tiny everything.
No, probably the tiny.
They got figured out.
Finally, the tiny food's probably okay.
Yeah, there's no obese people there. Everyone's quite fit.
Right? Like
portion size is a little different than what we're accustomed to.
You order espresso.
Right.
But good vibes over there. I don't know that it's for forever, but it's a fun little visit, isn't it?
Well, so I mean, you know, when you think about it, so could you be a Parisian? Could you when you say it's there for a little while, but you, what's
well, Parisian's Paris, so I wasn't in Paris.
Where were you?
Went to Copenhagen, and then a quick visit to Sweden, and then spent a lot of time in Italy at the end.
Oh, okay.
So, a Roman? Don't speak Italian.
Yeah. Gladiator?
Definitely not that. Rhett's would be the closest to Gladiator. Boom, you'd like the food, I tell you.
Yeah, I'd like the food.
Yeah.
Concerned about these portion sizes you're talking about, though. There's nothing worse than finishing and still being hungry.
I think if you grew up with it, you'd probably be okay.
Yeah, probably be all right.
Mix in a few more. Like it definitely, like you need that nightcap at 11 p.m. in the square. Maybe
you can get it.
Yeah.
And you can get good.
Oh, really good. Mm.
Like what?
Like a real meal.
Yeah, like not just like, hey, what drive-through window's open? It's 11:30, but like the full kitchen, everyone's out there socializing. It's
you know what else they do?
I hate that too.
They nap.
They do nap.
Great nappers.
Siestas. Love the siestas.
Well, siestas not. Europeans have siestas?
That's exactly. Yeah, that's the Spanish.
Well, when I think of siesta, I think of Spanish. I think more of Mexico and hot weather.
If you go to Spain,
it's too fucking hot to work in the middle of the afternoon, so you take a nap. I didn't know that Italy was renowned for its midday heat.
Yeah, it would be. Just
like hot.
Where the siesta came from. Like, which if you go to Barcelona and you go to
Barcelona
stores, Barcelona, they might
be
between 11 and 2. We're closed. Yeah. Everyone go lie on the beach, swim, have a little cat nap, whatever it is, and we'll see you in the afternoon.
Well, I like that.
Yeah,
yeah, I can do that.
So
lots of carbs and sleep. I wonder if that's more what it's got to do with than the midday heat. It's just, Jesus Christ, I had this massive bowl of spaghetti.
But they don't have a massive bowl. That's just it.
It's
not you don't go, even if they have a pasta, it's not.
I'd have my places. I'd have them trained. Hey, how you doing? Give me the boomer order. That'd be great.
Boomertini.
Yeah. 4 orders of lasagna. Okay, fair. Coming up. Welcome to the Tower Chrysler Studios. Tower Chrysler, Consumer Choice Award winner, voted Calgary's favorite Chrysler Dodge dealer, 10901 McLeod Trail South, towerchrysler.com. Good to have everybody along here on another week. Hockey season has arrived. We had Flames hockey last night.
Meaningful. Very meaningful Flames hockey.
Yeah. Big game. Big win.
A lot of takeaways.
There's a couple, I suppose. There's a couple takeaways for sure. 10-0. The Flames squeak by, much like the Miami Dolphins, squeak by yesterday over the Vancouver Canucks rookies. Now, take a look at the roster, because here is the rosters for the game. And upon first, you start to, Calgary's going to have a better lineup.
Yeah, the home team, right?
It's a home team. You're going to, for your home fans, you always put in a little more. So it's okay. Markstrom, Anderson, Tanev, Hanifin, Huberdeau, Sharangovich, Lindholm, Dubé, Cornato. Okay, so Nazem Kadri. There's some everyday NHLers here. And on the other side, what are we looking at?
Kuzmenko, he had a good year. Hoglander, he's an NHLer.
Podkolzin?
Yeah.
Pia Suter. I mean,
Pews.
You kind of got to squint to find.
Yeah, especially back in there,
here, So things were looking up. Do you see it? You see it there, Retro?
I had to lean in because my eyes are terrible, but
yeah, no, that's all right. So I don't know what the Vegas line would, the Betway, line would have been on this
billion, probably.
Yeah, let's take a look at what happened. We can get into it. To the dome we go. We'll pick things up here at let's call it 2-0. It's already Matt Cornato has already scored. We've got 2 on the board. Onto the power play. Special teams, a big part of the game last night. Big part of the game. Watch Huberdeau with the drag and zip.
That's silky.
Very nice. He's smiling. He's got a smile back, boys. It's 3-0 Flames. Down in the corner. That's a pretty goal right there. You only see the one angle, but he does a little Nazem Kadri, little spin, backhand, ping, bar down. Now it's 5-0.
5. Look at this atrocious giveaway, Rhett.
This
like,
is
how
a
do you
turnover.
do that? Oh, it's that bad.
Cornato says thanks for his second of the game. Puck in deep. Rasmus Anderson in front. Comes back to Noah Hannafin. Ripper. She's a ripper.
Just out for a rip, are you, bud?
Yeah. 7-0. Back to the power play to the third. Look at Rosie dangling.
It's your boy, Rhett.
Cross mouth. Zeri who scores on a rebound. Fans are chanting, "We want 10."
Greedy.
Just
So
under
greedy.
8 to go. Back to the power play. You'll see it expires, but still Flames with the pressure. Cornato, zing.
That is a zing right there.
Goal scorer's goal makes it 10-0. His third of the game. Flames win it by a score of 10-0.
So there's a difference between the NHL and other leagues?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this does answer the question. What would happen if an NHL team had to play, like, I don't know, an American League team? Because we saw
not even a fully stocked NHL
No,
squad,
like half an NHL squad.
Luckily, I believe there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 more of those to come.
I think there's hopefully only 5 more, to be fair, Dean, because I would like to see NHL against NHL, and I think the last couple we tend to, but I don't know what your takeaways should be here if you're a Canucks fan, because the HL guys look like HL guys.
You know what your takeaway is for the Vancouver guys?
Wasn't good.
No regulars got hurt.
Yeah.
No injuries, no regulars got hurt. Kids played. I mean, how different is that from the rookie team that took the ice last week in Penticton? Going to be some similar names.
Some overlap there. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I know what it is. You got to have
coaching the Canucks.
Dockett was there. He had an interesting quote post game. Well, we've got for later.
Because I know that veterans don't want to play these games. Certainly, you don't want to travel to play these games, and you have to have. They have regulations or at least stipulations, whatever you want to call it. X number of NHL games experience you need to have. You can't just send a bunch of ECHLers in there. It's the National Hockey League. But to your point, who learned anything last night? Or is it even an evaluation tool? Is it just for getting guys back on the ice for game 1 of a preseason?
Yeah, I think, look, the result you expected is the one you got. The team with the NHL players beat the one without very many NHL players. So any sort of takeaways have to be with a huge grain of salt, and people trying to comment on the style of play and things like that. I just think you're insane. You can't. But if you are going to put a team of NHLers out against a team of not many NHLers, you'd hope they'd show well. And the guys that we're most curious about are the guys that haven't played a lot of NHL games. Like Matt Coronato's got what? 1? We were at game 82 last year, fellas, against the Sharks. That was his debut. You saw he could shoot it there. You see last night, he hasn't forgot how to shoot it. And in fact, he could probably shoot it maybe better than most guys on this team, I'd argue at this point. But beyond that, what are we really doing? Unless you're going to measure the few non-NHLers on this roster. Like if you're Ben Jones, that's a good night.
My takeaway is if you saw them, if you didn't get that performance, we'd be,
yeah, it was 3-2 here. That's not good.
That's not
I don't
great.
think you expect 10 even.
No.
And dominate. Like
you would have said, well, geez, Matthew Cornato, you would have liked to have seen him. Well, okay, he did.
He scored more last night than he did in Penticton. So I don't know what to make of that, but I like what I saw from Cornato with the heaviest and largest of grains of salt.
That's right. Because we'd have been critical. People would have been critical anyway. I guess one other thing that came up, a goal Osterley, your buddy, scored a goal last night. We didn't get into it last week, but Oliver Kylington is once again away from the hockey club.
Yeah.
Personal reasons. They are not going into any kind of detail as to what that is. No good on all levels. Yeah. Not good for the player, not good for his life, which is first and foremost, not good for his career, and not good for the team. It's great for Osterley or whoever might come up the depth chart, but it does makes you wonder. He missed the entire season a year ago.
Yeah, what are we looking at here? We don't know.
Came back and was part of the off-ice train or the fitness testing, and the next day he was gone. So,
yeah, we don't know what that means, right? This is the challenge. As they say, it's a personal matter. We're not going to comment anymore. It's like, okay, well, so what we know is nothing. You know, does he need 2 weeks? Is he done for the year? Do they even know these things? I mean, there's not a lot that we can say here so much as there's a lot we can ask that we don't know the answers to.
None of my business.
I was going to say, and when you were asked the team 2 weeks, 2 months, I bet the player doesn't know, right?
Mind your own business.
Yeah.
The only question I have is how it impacts if he does come back and when and all. Like there are technical.
Yeah, there's cap implications
that play into stuff. So you have to understand that business side of things. But aside from that, the best thing the Flames can do right now is say, you call us whenever you feel like this is
great. And understanding that we don't know any timelines and that he could return in theory today or any other day or never at all. Are you concerned if you're the Calgary Flames that your 6-7 are Osterley and Dennis Gilbert, or is that pretty much exactly where those guys should be slotting? I know anytime we watched Gilbert last year, we're like, okay, is he the most talented defenseman on the ice? Absolutely not. Is he giving you everything he got? Does he add some physicality? Does this guy play with moxie? Yeah. Do you like him in? I kind of do. Fought again last night, if I'm correct. And like, if he and Osterley are going to be your 6, like, or alternate, or there's your 6-7, I think you can live with that. And maybe you don't have to, but I feel like this is a very different situation than if this was like Vancouver's blue line losing Quinn Hughes, right? This is a deep group to begin with, and they've got guys that can come in to be a 6. And we all came into this year saying, look, if Kylington's back, you know, let's make sure there's measured expectations. He had one really good year with Tanev, and prior to that, he was a 6-7 type guy. So
I think you're looking at it through a certain lens. I think that's fair. They have guys that can be a top 6. I don't think coming in, anyone looked at Kylington as being top 6. He was a top 4 guy. There were expectations. There was a lot of hope for him coming back. Certainly, fast forward, rewind like a year and a half ago, you were not thinking that he was going to miss a year. He was a big part of this team moving forward. Yeah. His evolution 2 years ago was out of this world.
Game he plays. Yeah.
Totally. The pace, the fit with Tanev. That said, I mean, he's definitely not better than Anderson, Hanifin, Uyghur, Tanev, and put Zadorov out there. I mean, he's your 5th or 6th best defenseman if he returned.
You weren't saying that.
With Tanev, it was like, okay, that's interesting because you could play him bigger minutes than you'd probably want to play Zadorov, but all the others are better players than him.
No way. You weren't saying that.
You weren't saying that, though.
I mean, we still make fun of Zadorov. Kylington had an amazing year that year. It was kind of out of nowhere to me.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it coming. He was going to be scheduled in as a top 4 for sure.
Well, then I don't disagree, but who's in your third pair then? Because I think you got 5 top 4s if Kylington's a top 4.
If Kylington doesn't miss last year, everything might be completely different. It's impossible to, do you know what I mean? I don't know. You might have dumped the guy. It's very possible, right? Like I don't even know what his contract status was. Would he have been, if he put up 50 points last year, was he going to be up for another contract? And what, like, I don't even know, because it's his own deal. And if we're not welcome to be given the information, that's fine. I'm not asking for it. But 2 years ago, after the season he was definitely projected in a top 4 role for this squad.
Yeah. And I look at it, like you say, why he's not here, just remove that from the equation. It's now the team having one less guy. That guy, probably fortunate that a Hanifin deal didn't get done or whatever. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, if you care, if your focus is on this year and how this team is going to do this year, it's probably good you've got the bodies that you do.
They're deep there. Yeah.
So
it's unfortunate.
They're deep till now.
With everyone healthy, before a game has been played, they're in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. If you lose a Uyghur, or I guess realistically, when you lose Tanev, not Tanev, then it's like, okay, now who's playing top 4 minutes that we're not comfy with?
Yeah. Gilbert, as you mentioned there, Ryan, he got hurt, or he fought, but then got hurt. He got dumped into the end boards or into the boards anyway. It smacked the back of his head. Huskers made the comment afterwards. He wouldn't be playing today or tomorrow, but he's okay. So
and he is listed on a lineup today, but I also think that he won't play to your and the coaches.
What's the deal with the extra players?
In terms of when cuts are made?
No, on those lineups, there's too many players. You can't, it's 20 players, right?
I think that's exactly that. They're bringing lots of guys to Seattle and here, and then it gives them flexibility to play who they want. I imagine I'm just guessing, but in the preseason, they probably have more leeway for like list some guys. You're Oakland, you can dress so many, but whatever. You got like what 50 guys around some of these teams right now.
Yeah. They have the you mentioned Seattle. They got the split squad here today against the Kraken. Then a day off, and then they got the Jets and the Oilers, 4 and 6, or whatever you want to call it, 5 and 6. But it's they got a lot of hockey here. Then Saturday, Sunday away from the rink. I would expect a big swath of cuts to come. Then maybe even some junior guys get sent this week. I'm not sure what.
If they ain't making it, let them go.
Let them go.
Get them a little taste. Maybe get them in one preseason game. Tonight's that night. You got 2 teams playing for the Flames, one in Calgary, one in Seattle. Like that's get your guys a little taste, and if they ain't ready, get them out of here.
One game preseason. All we can do is read in, but the top line: Lindholm centering Huberdeau and Sharangovich. Do we expect that's a line opening night?
I would. I think when you look at the success that Huberdeau's had and the types of players he's been around, Sharangovich and Duclair, he's probably your most similar player to him. Plays with great pace, can shoot it. Don't think he's going to wow you with hockey IQ, but if he gets open and hustles, you're going to like him. What's going on at your house? Is that Rhett?
What do you mean?
There's a lot of noise here.
Doing some construction in the back.
Is that what you're doing?
What's going on over there?
Building one of those above ground pools? What's all the noise about?
Shuffler, what the hell are you doing?
What is she doing?
What is she up to?
There's a lot of
in the other room.
Every time I start doing the show, there's a whole bunch of banging going on back. We're getting some work done to the studio over here.
Can you?
Your studio, like at home studio?
Yeah, that's right.
So like you're never leaving your house again?
No.
So
I told you he went to Mexico and it was like he got out of his house. Like he's hit his quota for 2023. This MFer ain't leaving until the new year.
The time and money that I'm saving by just staying home all the time is unbelievable. These gas prices are astronomical. I take your word.
What gas prices?
I have no idea.
I haven't run the furnace all summer. What are you talking about? Barbecue's working fine.
Yeah, barbecue's fine. TV still seems to work. Is Rob Ray over? Hey, come on now. Come on now.
Just doing some practice plan, guys. Come on.
This is White. How is Razor?
What's the great.
Give us a Razor update.
He's back to work. We were in Pittsburgh for the kids hockey, and then he drove home Saturday night. Get this one, Pinder. Tournaments here. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's a lot of school days in there.
Right? Like,
yeah,
they don't even care. Neither do I. But they certainly don't.
I do sort of look through the lens of like kid sports through what would like 2 normal parents with 9-to-5 jobs, like how would they do this? And when we aren't those people, and luckily we have very odd hour jobs, especially at the old shop when we were up at 1 million in the morning. And Rhett, like you're good. You don't run into the mill to do an 8-hour shift after the show today, but how would a normal family do, any of the kids sports?
I have no idea. I think of my sister, both sisters, like, so you're taking off Thursday and Friday from your jobs and taking your kids to wherever. Regina.
Don't get it.
Pittsburgh. No, I don't. I can't even. Anyway.
We are on the precipice of a very dangerous turn of events at our household.
Oh,
The Twins.
They're splitting them up.
We find out in a couple days. They have been skating in separate groups for 3 skates in a row. This is catastrophic.
Man, do not allow that. You got
Budgeting for this.
You got to get down there right now.
I got to be the squeaky wheel. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Now, there's still a chance they could be on the same team, but it definitely isn't your high probability outcome.
either that or, I mean, because you got 2 kids. You can make the one better, or you can bring the other one back down. Have a nice little X-Lax pregame snack here, buddy. Oh, you can't. Oh,
skates are done.
Tummy?
Like the skates are done. The final decisions are being made. The next communication will be: here's your team snap login. Here's to go look.
This would be Pinder.
Oh.
Hi, head of evaluation. Just please, I have 2 sons. They are in different groups. We really need them to be together because we just cannot. We won't be able to afford it. It's going to be just too much money for us to split. Where am I right now?
Yeah, sorry, I'm in Rome. I'm wobbly here. Just hang on. I lost you there for a sec.
The Amalfi Coast. Sorry, the cell service is really bad here in Portugal.
To be fair, like it doesn't cost any different amount of money for them separate teams. It's just that now
it's
we're
more
like
running
a normal
around,
family.
man.
We've
Over
lost
the course
our
of a winter.
Fuel costs.
Over the course of a winter, separate practices, separate events, separate games.
Yeah. Hotels, tournaments.
What do we got today? Today's Saturday. Okay, we got boy number 1. Where is he? Oh, Airdrie. Okay, boy number 2. Where is he? Oh,
Okotoks. Shit.
Okotoks. But you're right about the time. I was looking. My kid, at least once a week, has a 4:30 practice. In De Winton, which is Okotoks essentially.
Yeah.
When is school over?
Yeah, that's a tight little
like
circuit to run there. Never mind if a job went till 5 p.m.
I don't know. I don't know. Kids sports. Stupid.
You got to beg and plead. Keep them on the same squad.
Yeah, you need to.
Do not underestimate.
I don't want to be that Richard.
Will F up your life.
You know what? That's not a Richard move. They're kids.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not lobbying for one kid to make AAA or else. Yeah. It's like, listen, they're kids. Put them on the same team.
Oh, the ones on the bubble too. Like it's that I just.
Well, and I can tell you right now, kids that are 8 and on the bubble, they can go either way, right? Like if they're on the bubble, that's a personal interpretation. It's not this guy's definitely better, so we got to have him on the team. Like
that makes it better. That makes it easier. Yes. If you're a bubble kid, then you can slide them one way or the other.
I'm hoping. We'll see.
Don't hope. Hope will get you effed.
Although for the purposes of this show and the entertainment and us taking pleasure in your misery, maybe just sit on it. See how it works.
Yeah.
You know what?
Just let things play themselves.
You got to let these things play out. Yeah. They've got a great system evaluating 8-year-old hockey. It's very scientific.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, there hasn't been any talk about that the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like they never miss on these.
Hasn't been a mistake ever.
Never. So just trust the process.
But when right at the very beginning, they're 8.
Put them it's U9 here. Come on, let's not take this too seriously.
We are into the month of September. We got a new
what?
We got a new one.
Just
once.
Just in?
Are we in September? Hey, White Rabbit.
Hey, shut up, fuckos. We're into the month of December, which means they have made the switch at Century Downs Casino and Racetrack to the Thoroughbreds.
Oh.
That's what I'm telling you. All right, shitheads. Because they go to the Thoroughbreds. Now, nothing, I don't know. Everything else is fine. You know, they got the wagons and they're doing their thing. Thoroughbred racing season at Century Downs Racetrack.
Oh, baby.
Every Saturday and Sunday at Century Downs Racetrack, 12:45 p.m., just after lunch. Post time, something like that. 12:45. Admission is free. All ages are welcome. You can watch, have some food, have some drinks with your friends, maybe a little wager if that's your sort of thing. Coming up on Saturday, it is Barn Burner Day at the racetrack. Ooh. We're going to be at Century Downs Racetrack getting ready. If you've never done it, There's nothing else like it. And all it takes is maybe a buck or two. You put it on a horse. Then all of a sudden you're at the rail with your lineup with your cart. Come on, you son of a- Have you got a lot riding on this? Yes, $2. I got $2 on the 5-horse. That's going to be this Saturday. They've even got a barn burner heat in the on the card.
Come on,
for Saturday.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's so unreal. I'm excited about it. So you said post time is 12:45.
12:45. Get there early, have a drink, have some food, get set up, get your figure out, and you start, hey, what have you heard about pot liquor? Is pot liquor any good? Pot liquor in the third. Is that I've heard good things. Her mother, what is a mother?
Father's
a mother. That's going to be this Saturday. All right. September 30th, Century Downs Racetrack and Casino. Post time is 12:45. We'll be there hanging out, having some drinks, picking winners, hollering, screaming, yelling, all of that sort of thing. So this is very cool. I'm glad that this worked out because this is another one of those unique events that you can't do in a lot of cities, that you can't do year round. It's very cool. So we're going to be there on Saturday.
Love the thoroughbreds.
Get your wallet out.
5 was my horse too, Dean.
The 5-horse?
Right? Yep. First time ever. $100 down.
Well, how many you would have known some players that would have got onto that a bit. That's like, I've got too much money, I don't know what to do with it type thing. Start owning horses and stuff like that.
Cujo's big into horses.
Cujo. Did you ever get close to getting sucked into
No, I was
being an owner?
No, I never came across as sophisticated or smart.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was sophisticated and smart.
That's the one.
Right. Yeah, that's the one. Eddie Olchik's big into horses.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he handicaps the Derby and stuff. People love it. He's great.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if this huge success that Barn Burner is, like, we're just going to have these millions of dollars hanging around, all this extra cash. We should get a thoroughbred going that we can run in some of these heats, because we got the Barn Burner heat. Now we just need like the shoveler or
Major Swass.
Yeah, all these horses. Let's go. Let's get a stable going here.
Yeah, let's do it. You don't hear a lot of rags to riches stories in the horse racing world, right? This kid grew up in the streets of Brooklyn. And
that's the jockeys. Those are the rags to riches stories. No. This 5'4", 98-pound Peruvian. That's your rags to riches. It's not the honors.
Treliving had one of his daughters. It's not in racing. She's
equestrian.
I forget what it. Yeah, it's some.
Oh no, it's a roping thing because she competed at Stampede.
There's Western, there's equestrian, and there's racing.
Yeah.
Western probably.
Yeah. And she competed at the Stampede this year, and I had said to him, like, well, it's money well spent seeing your daughter achieve a dream. He's like, no, it's not. There's no chance. It's all worth it. I can tell you exactly how much it's been, and it's absolutely not worth it. I'm happy she's happy, but this is a terrible investment.
I think her team won a little bit of prize money. You're like, oh wow, that's nice. Like, not even close.
It's not. We're very much upside
missing
down.
Zeros.
Boomer, will you be watching the races for? Well, you can go online, right? You can go online.
Wow.
Little off track.
Yeah. But we've got that Boomer hologram we're going to wheel out on Saturday. And Sensory does like the Tupac concert at Coachella. Right. Yeah, Aussie Brad. There's a horse I'd bet on.
Yeah.
Did you
it's coming up.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Let's do the Pinder Report.
Oh, really? But just one moment really quickly, if you don't mind.
You
kind of just glossed right over that there's all that banging and thumping and scratching. Like, do you want to give us more details on what the hell's happening in your studio that you elected to work from home?
Pinder. I would like to think. Yeah, let's hear about this.
Glossed right over. This is one of our houses. Boom would be all over us, up and down. Oh. A podcast. What the hell's going on? You thought it'd be a good idea to do this, Rhett? Imagine how the script would have torn off you today.
Mm-hmm. Let's have it, Dean.
Listen. There's nothing going on. It's quiet.
So it was the shoveler?
Yeah. Damn razor. No, we're doing some shingles, eh?
Oh, above you.
Up on the roof.
Up on the rooftop. Click, click, click. Down through the chimney with old Saint Rhett. Rhett's nuts roasted.
Hey,
we're close to that season.
Might make 25 with 3 months. Because it's my middle guy's birthday.
Oh,
Hey,
happy birthday, buddy, boy,
Bob.
Billy
Middle guy.
Bob. Not a boy,
Boy, middle guy.
Billy Bob.
3 months till Christmas. My
Hmm.
goodness.
Goodness gracious.
Come on, Vina Nova.
Oh, is that going to work for him?
Does Billy Bob love lab-grown diamonds?
Yes.
He's going to bling out like some Latin American pitcher for the Mets, just diamonds all over the necklace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, getting and I can hear to tell you, overdue.
Oh, you've pushed it
Overdue
off?
for some, yeah.
Wait until shit hit the fan.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I think it'll be
Hang on.
it'll be some Pontiac Silverdome situation here. The roof will just friggin' cave in if we get too much snow this winter.
Honey, we're moving.
Yeah. God damn it. It's awfully cold in here. Yeah, the roof fell in.
When you say something got
Put a
put off your
sweater
house, that's something, because the toilet you had noted you just switched this summer, your illustrious toilet vacation, and that was installed when the house was built. So if
right.
the shingles were put off for a while, that's woo.
Yeah, not ideal. And this is another one of those things where you spend a lot of money to get back to exactly the point you were
Nothing
in
really
before it started.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the house must be so much. It's just life's so much better with the shingles, right?
Yeah.
Like food tastes better, and
Oh, when you go to sell it, it's going to be worth like
Oh,
way
yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah.
Huge dollars.
yeah, just tear this thing down. Take the toilet out of the master, though. It's
And take
brand
the
new.
shingles back off. Yeah.
Yeah, take the shingles back off. Let's do the Pinder Report presentation of Village Honda. New in-stock inventory on the ground. Start your automotive adventures at Village Honda. New vehicle pricing is MSRP. Every time I see something, because we're getting close to that F1 race, do we know, is Anthony going to Vegas for the F1? He's got to be going, right?
I need to check in. I have not chatted with him. There's been a lot of, at least about F1, a lot of conversation about cavalry, and we'll get to that in a moment. But that was been talked about 6 months ago. We need an update.
They've been doing a bunch of stuff in Vegas. I forget what. It's the world's longest. I think it's track lighting or something, because it's all the way down the strip.
Yeah,
From like MGM all the way to like the Wynn or whatever it is.
crazy.
Not everyone apparently loving it. It's a bit of a inconvenience for a lot of people who are trying to live their lives in Vegas.
Yeah, somehow I feel like the billionaires that own the casinos there are okay with it, because I've seen what they're charging for rooms for F1. My lord.
Yeah.
This package is only $250,000 American. Double occupancy. What?
It's so good though. I would love to go.
It's Vegas, man. If you
Yeah.
want a normal commute and no traffic and no tourists, get the hell out of Vegas.
Probably the wrong place. Yeah. Where do the Golden Knights guys live? Summerlin? Are they out west?
What is Summerland or whatever?
Summerlin is where they live, and Henderson's where the farm team is. My apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice out there.
Practice facility there. Yeah.
Low
Real good.
tax.
No doctors. Hard to find a doctor.
Is that right?
A team doctor.
Unlike here. Where it's
Yeah,
just
Dr.
easy to
Rhett
just
checks in every day.
Walk into
Yeah.
any shop.
Yeah, just walk in wherever. Village Honda, Northwest Autumn, all your dealership for life. They're online at villagehonda.com, and they bring you the Pinder Report.
Fellas, we start with the Calgary Flames, who opened their preseason slate last night with a particularly veteran-y, is that an adjective? Veteran-y type lineup. There it was, as posted by our friends on the social team here at Flames Nation. That looks like your top line. That looks like 2/3 of your second line. And that definitely is 3 of your 4 best defensemen. Interesting. Okay. Also, Markstrom, your number 1 goalie. I mean, it better have been, geez, that many regulars. Oof. Let's check in. Now, we looked at it a little earlier. Here's your update. At one point, they were chanting, "We want 10 in the Saddle Dome." And yes, Matthew Cornato did indeed supply his 3rd goal of the game, which made it a nice round double digits, 10 for the home side. They would allow 0. That's 10-0. Hey, if you need to work out any goal songs or the fireball machine or the what are we going to do after the home team scores? A lot of reps last night, Dino, to get to iron out any kinks there.
Yeah, it's preseason for everybody. The goal horn guy was Beasley ripping out.
Beasley was there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's preseason for everybody.
I turned it on. Poor Beasley couldn't finish reading out who scored the goal before there's another one in there.
Come on,
Jeez.
Bees. Get it together.
Preseason for everyone.
Let's go, Bees.
Love Bees.
Figure it out.
So yes, indeed, it was Cornato with a hat trick that led the way, and our boy Bob Kerr.
Bob.
had this to say, Bobby, Don't care about the hat trick. Don't care about the opposition. Don't care about how early it is in preseason. Cornato has an elite shot/release. Don't think this is going to be a hot take that's going to get a lot of traction so much as everyone nodding and saying, yep, that's the one thing about this guy that's always made him unique. He's always been able to score. He's always been able to shoot it. How is it going to play up? Well, it's playing up just fine in NHL preseason.
I thought it was a little slow.
Okay.
I thought he didn't get it off. I think in the regular season, guys will be on him.
Yeah. Well, he'll still be facing better D-men in the regular season. You're not going to dispute that. That Vancouver lineup, hoof.
Make the power play a little better. Even just baby steps.
Right shot and a guy that can beat a goalie at distance in theory. There have been very few of both of those things in Calgary over the last, I don't know, since Jerome left. So I'm not
Biggie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You know the guy, right? He texts you back sometimes.
Yeah. Guy lost your number.
Here was Rick Tocchet, head coach of the Canucks, after the 10-0 loss. I feel like Sean Payton. Yes, the head coach of the Broncos, who allowed 70 yesterday. I'll tell you what, Rick. Stakes aren't as high as Sean Payton. And B, look, you basically took the Abbey Canucks to Calgary, so don't worry about it, bud. But good bonus points for the line. That would have got some laughs, I'm guessing.
It's a good line.
It's a good line.
But if you missed that day, and if you weren't an NFL fan, you'd be like, oh yeah, I guess Sean Payton.
There's a Rick Tocchet likes NFL joke somewhere in there, but we'll leave that alone. Here's your lineups for tonight's split squad games. Veteran heavy in Calgary. A lot of young guys going to Seattle. As we talked about earlier, there's a minimum number of NHL games you need to have. This is a lot of the other NHLers that didn't play last night. There's Michael Backlund, Sharangovich again, back-to-back nights for him at home. Blake Coleman gets his first game. Hello, Jacob Pelche, Klapka, Zary, and Jones are back in again. And at the very bottom, might be tough to see there, Mangiapane will make his preseason debut, as he, of course, had that offseason shoulder surgery that clearly is the only reason he didn't score 35 goals again. Mm-hmm. Sorry, what did you say there, Dino?
I said not a bad day.
Not a bad day, Bishop. Nikita Zadorov, he's in. Dennis Gilbert is listed, but it sounds like he won't play after going heavily into the boards. Uyghur gets his debut, I believe. He was one of the top four that didn't play last night. And Hanifin back in after that 93 mile an hour zing goal that you showed in the highlight pack.
Good.
In gameplay, yeah. I think if you're for the hardest shot competition, that's not good. In the game, I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think I shot 93 once.
Whoa.
Golf course?
No, the hardest shot competition, which is my competition.
It is for sure.
Yeah, they sometimes just call it the Rhett Warner competition.
Yeah.
Here's your goalies tonight. Oh, Dustin Wolf gonna start tonight. That was your HL tandem last year. Could be this year. Although if Dustin Wolf wanted to make things really, really, really hard for Craig Conroy and Ryan Husky, I think we'd all like it, guys. And LaBarbera and Sigalette and the rest of that crew. Why don't you just go be the best goalie in camp, Dustin, and make things really tough? Isn't that what a problem? What a tough problem to have. Let's see this team have that problem, please.
Well, how do you beat 0 goals last night?
You're gonna have to make more than 20 saves. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to, yeah. And this is at home, so it'll be a very green Seattle team. As for the team heading to Seattle, that'll be the young Flames half of the split squad matchup. And yeah, she's pretty young. Vladar is the goalie you've heard of. On the back end, Australia's going to travel.
Murphy, Gord's boy?
I don't know. Larry's boy?
Eddie's boy?
Not Eddie's boy.
That was good.
I like that one. That's good, right? Yeah, very good, Dino. Up front, Dryden Hunt goes after playing last night here in Calgary. He had forced the incredibly horrendous turnover that led to Coronato's second goal. Dubé's going to travel. AHL vet Brett Sutter is going to go.
I don't want to interrupt you, but did you just say he created that turnover?
He was close. If you wanted to give credit to anyone, like he somehow got an assist on it. I mean, it was just an incredibly awful play by the Vancouver defense.
It was off his stick. It was the forecheck. He kind of
he was skating towards someone.
He was pressuring, but really it was just an awful play by the Vancouver defense.
Intense pressure.
Yeah. What is of note is their first two rounders, Morin and Honzek will travel to play. They're from last summer's draft class in Nashville. Ruzicka goes again. He played last night here. And they just signed Parker Bell. He's there on the road as well. Okay, sure. It's a green team. If they win 10-0, I'll be more impressed than what we saw last night.
Go Flames.
Can AI help you live longer? That's the email that I just got.
I was just saying, you've now gone down a rabbit hole and you're not paying attention. Yeah. A couple notes from the game. Eric Francis, just weeks after saying Rasmus Anderson is likely going to be the next captain, is now saying it's going to be Michael Backlund. If he signs, I tell you give him 2 or 3 more cuts, he's going to nail this. If he gets 5 picks a captain, Francis had it first.
He's going to have like a 20-25% chance of getting it right.
This is like Rhett when we get to like NFL or to our NHL playoff predictions. It's like, I really think Boston's going to win, but I tell you what, this is Toronto's year. You're like, did he just pick both fucking teams again?
I got screwed over last week with my picks of the NFL again, Pinder. I said at the start of the year, I got 2 picks, standing picks for the year, the Bills and Dak Attack and the Cowboys, and they didn't give me my Cowboys pick, and they screwed me over.
We sent the text out, NFL picks. Rhett sent in 3 picks, Bills, Ravens, Browns, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he went 1 for 2 and then said he got
screwed me.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah. Well, all fingers, no thumbs.
We'll let you have the Cowboys this week.
Oof. Hope you didn't have them yesterday. I'm glad you didn't.
10.5. What was the line on that one?
13.
13.
And they lost to maybe the worst team in the NFL, although I think Chicago's making a strong case. Arizona's brutal.
Arizona's trying
to
be bad.
Yeah, and Chicago's trying to be good, but might be worse. Early handicapping for first overall NFL pick probably somewhere starts around there. The note, just to follow up on Francis, with conversations ongoing with Michael Backlund about an extension. What that looks like dollar or term-wise, I have no idea. And could it be an absolutely crippling signing for the cap and age of this club? Yes. Could it be a value deal on a short term where you're still getting good hockey? Could also be that. No idea. But if he's inked, my thought all offseason has been that he is your captain. All the players basically said it. If he's not inked, I just don't think you can do it because you're probably shopping this guy at the deadline if things don't go well.
So what's the number you're okay with?
I don't even know. Like I was thinking if it was 2 years. If it was,
you're a freaking pundit. You need to have an answer.
So who would say no to 2 times 4.25? You would.
I think 2 years is too short.
I don't think
the player would say no. Sorry, Dean, what did you say?
Yeah, I don't think you get him at 2. I think it's going to take
35, right? So is he expecting to get signed to 39?
Oh God, this goes into the whole thing. The 2 year
could be an awful sign. It could be great.
The captaincy. 3 years, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, this is the last year of this deal. So if he signed for 3, he's your captain for 3 if it's a 2-year deal. So, and look, maybe Michael's like, look, I deserve 5 years. And if that's the case, I think everyone should be firing flares in the street being like, don't do that.
What if it's...
But this isn't like 30-year-old somebody or 29-year-old this guy. Like, we're not talking about max term here. And we are talking about a guy that has played very well till this age, but is going to decline here. We know that.
Next question.
Yeah.
With your shitty answer. Okay. Terrible answer.
2 times 4.25. Who says no?
Terrible answer. I forgot.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
What if
it's right there?
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Just raise your hand when you have it. We'll stop. Dean, when I say that, is that crazy? Like, is Michael saying no? Is that too much money for the Flames? Is that a team-friendly deal? Is that the type of deal you sign when you're saying, I love Calgary, I want to be captain, I'll take less? Like, what would 2 times 4.25 be?
Oh, I think if he would sign 2 times 4.25, the Flames would jump at it.
Yeah, okay.
To have a centerman who's been around forever, right? He's still, I don't see any way that it's less than 3, and it's close to 5. I really, I don't know.
My question doesn't make a lot of sense because you're not sure what the
market is.
Flames are going to be. But my second part to my question was going to be, why doesn't he want to go win?
I think
clearly he believes he can win here.
And to be fair, I think 25 out of 32 teams right now think they can win, maybe more. But I think the more mature 10,000-foot view, I agree with you that this team probably shouldn't think they're contenders, but there's a lot of teams that do this time of year.
Well, but if you're a player, because we've seen this before, where guys don't go, Matt Sundin.
What's going on up there?
I'm not going to go to wherever to try and win. Okay, well, that's nice. It F's us in a way as an organization because we can't move you. But why don't you want to win as a player?
We've talked about it too, though, Retro. It's hard to do, right? You can go and handpick or try and handpick your team, and
you're not going to guarantee yourself, but you're going to try and right. And in a year, he can do that. So
I know.
Yep.
You can re-sign here too if the season goes well, right? Like if you think this is a great spot, you don't have to sign now.
Yeah.
So you're signing to have a captaincy.
It sounds like those two things are correlated, and I get it, but I also it's not ideal, is it?
No.
That's what it feels like, though, right?
All of this
that this is about
ideal.
The captaincy.
Yeah, I mean,
because I agree. I don't.
You really want to name a captain, and you can't do it to Backlund, and yet we keep hearing from all the players that were in that room last year when they're talking about last season. They're like, "Yeah, he's the guy."
Well, and they've been echoing that again. Yeah, over the last week, it's been constantly. Oh, it's Backlund. It's Backlund. Like it's. And Francis, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he kind of, I think, led down the road that there's a really good chance that this does get done here in the short term.
And so then it's the matter. I don't think anyone has a problem if he becomes your captain, if he's got a contract. The question is like, what does that contract look like? And is that a good decision? That's where we
paying him to be the captain,
right?
Keep him, or is he giving you a discount to stay here and be your captain? Because those are two different things.
Totally. Yeah. And there's the middle ground there too, right? You'd hope that there's enough where Michael doesn't feel like he's leaving tons of money on the table also, but also that the team says, hey,
I'd be happy.
We can't just politely pay you because we think you deserve to be the captain. I think there should be some middle ground there.
As a fan in an organization, my take would be please give yourself less. Please take a whole bunch less. Yeah. And I said it about, who was it? Somebody in San Jose. Was it Joe? Did he play for a final year at like
$1 million or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And he may do that, but it's going to be after this deal. Like I could see Michael coming back on 1-year deals after a 2-year deal forever because I think he's aged brilliantly. He's a great skater, but I would just hate to see like a 4x5 type thing. And just like, oh, you're buying a lot of the back nine there.
And you know what? To your question, if it's a 2-year deal, it's essentially 3 because he's got
1 left.
Yeah, right.
It's not if the Flames, he's already got one. So
yeah. So I mean, if the Flames can sign him to a 2-year extension, that's 3 years. And if the captaincy matters, then maybe, like you say, maybe
3 million.
Oh, he's better than that. But I know what you're saying. You're at that age. Like, how long is he going to be like top 8 or 10 in Selke voting? They just can't expect it anymore.
Wait a minute. I used to argue with you about Giordano like this, and you're like, you're an idiot, Warner. He's a phenomenon. He's a freak. He
is a freak. He won the Norris at 35. Most guys are out of the league at 35. That was his best season he ever had was 35. He is an absolute outlier.
Should have traded him.
We all agree on that one. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the captain conversation. Francis got 2 horses in the race. If he's at 6 downs, get him to pick a couple for you.
Brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. Wasn't Uyghur in the mix too at some point? I mean,
I thought he was a front runner in the summer after the World Championships.
Yeah. Beat the pants off of some country you'd never heard of.
Hey, listen, you guys, Eric Francis is my friend.
He's my pal too.
No, he's not. You hate him. He hates you.
That is absolutely not true. We disagree.
Hate Francis. You take runs at him
on a lot of takes. We get along great. I love having a beer with the guy.
As soon as we get off the show, you start tongue lashing him and calling him names.
From the comfort of your basement, you do put me in a lot of precarious positions, Dean.
It's not the basement.
Let's move. NHL news, a name you might have forgotten of, and a name you might want to remember if you got a fantasy hockey draft coming up. Here's the latest on one of the greatest American hockey players of all time from last week in Darren Dreger. Patty Kane continues to rehab in the Toronto area. Needs at least another month. We know Buffalo has interest. He could help a lot of teams when healthy. This feels like a midseason signing. This feels like I want to see he was good. This feels like I'm going to need some time to get back to close to 100. He was playing on bad hips last year in New York and prior to that Chicago. interesting guy to throw into the mix with all these pending UFAs. We also hear Stamkos and the Lightning are squabbling over extension talks there. All the Flames, all the Jets. There's a lot of high-profile free agents. And then this guy mid-season is just going to be floating around. Hey, who's good? Who's good?
Because a week or two, they were talking about him going to Detroit.
Detroit?
And we've always, Buffalo guy, maybe wants to go to Buffalo. The Stamkos one is interesting because he came out, Stamkos did, and, it's very much by design.
Yes.
I was a little disappointed that we didn't have any contract talks. I was, really expected. And then Friedman comes out with the Tampa might not be heartbroken if he just leaves at the end of this deal.
He's a
and for clarification on Friedman's point, he was referencing back in 2016 when he was a free agent and he had $11-12 million on the table in Toronto and Buffalo and Detroit, but he came back to Tampa at 8.5. Tampa wasn't budgeted from 8.5. And what Elliott was reporting was that back then there was a thought that, if it's going to take 11, we're happy to not. We're fine leaving him. He did end up coming back for less money to Tampa. So I think things got a little misconstrued on Elliott when he went viral there. But I mean, look, he's older than everyone else there. All these other guys got their huge extensions. He's older than all of them. He's not Brandon Hagel. He's not Braden Point. He's not Mikhail Sergachev. All these guys are way younger. How much term? You want to talk about Backlund?
I was going to say,
Stamkos?
We have the conversation here about paying old guys.
Yeah.
And then you look at Tampa Bay, who's got cups and regarded as one of the best run teams in the NHL. And they're like, yeah, you're the captain. You're one of our best players. But
that captaincy was,
we're not going to be.
If you wanted to dig into that, I think you could find some interesting takes.
You might. I guess just in terms of the overall philosophy of running the team, that here it's been, he's the captain. You have to show him respect. You have to let him call his own shot. And in Tampa, it's like,
It's at least so far. We'll see what ends up happening here. He may still get that's going to be too much money. That's going to kill them. But I agree with you. And really, if you look at this league, what we've seen is when guys have, incredible runs that include multiple cups, they do get overpaid. Like Malkin and Letang just got it. You saw Doughty and Kopitar get it. You saw Seabrook, Kane, and Taves all get it.
It's changing, isn't it?
And I think that's why this is interesting, because the easiest thing to do is say, name your number. We owe you. You've done so much for the team. The hardest thing to do is be Julian Breezeball and say, you have done a lot for us, but guess what? We expect you to decline significantly over the next 4 years, and we're not paying you for what the history was. That's the difference here.
That's a slippery slope too. So
it really is.
Just to jump in there, if you're Steven Stamkos, and you're like, I want to stay in Tampa. I really like it here, being here forever, won cups, all that. Okay. And then the GM says, okay, we can't pay what you want. You know what? That's okay, Breezeball. I want to stay in Tampa. Well, okay. Well, I'll take 5. Is he professional enough to play as hard as he can for, you know what I mean? If he thinks that he's been gypped out of a bunch of money and just, I think you cut bait no matter what if I'm Breezeball, because I don't want the headache of, okay, well, we got a guy that's signed here. He's not happy about doing it, but he's taking it because he wants to retire here. It's the, I want to retire in that town scenario.
Yeah. And I guess the third option is, hey, I'm worth X. I'm going to go get it somewhere else. I'm
saying if you're
pay me market, I'll give you a deal or let him walk. And if you're Breezeball, it's like,
go.
What did Steve Yzerman show you? He offered like millions of dollars less to Steven Stamkos, and he turned back and came and took the money that they offered, not the bigger money. Like,
hey, listen, we can't pay you. You want Tanner Jeannot money. We can't be paying you Tanner Jeannot money.
Exactly.
Like, come on now.
Yeah. Okay. That's the only other NHL notes we had there. Let's go to the NFL. We hope you've been wagering on Christian McCaffrey to score touchdowns, guys, because if you started with a measly brown bill, you'd have $78,000 today if you just kept rolling your money on Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown every game. That's 12 in a row. Shout out to Jack for finding that. I think he watched McCaffrey score multiple touchdowns week 1 against Pittsburgh. Isn't that right, Jack?
Get in the gym, McCaffrey.
I picked McCaffrey one year and he was horseshit. So I've got nothing to
You did get hurt that one year. Yeah.
Didn't help my team.
What have you done for me lately? Hey, Rhett?
Yeah.
Well, touchdowns in 12 straight games.
That's it, apparently. But before those 12, no good, Rhett. No good. Major League Baseball, the Orioles, they've been quite good. They're going to win the AL East, it appears. They also haven't been swept in 89 series, longest streak since World War II. There's a factoid for you. Whew. Haven't been swept. That's series. That's not days. That's not games. Blue Jays looks like this, fellas. Remember we checked in from a week ago. Things were dire. Things are not dire anymore. They have 6 games left. They go 3-3. They're guaranteed a playoff spot. That's good. And they got the Yankees for 3. That's also good. And they're a mess right now. They took 2 or 3 from the Rays, and it took a 9th inning blow up for them not to sweep the Rays in the one they did lose. They've turned it around a bit, and maybe the most encouraging thing they've seen, they've been pitching all year. It's Vladdy starting to hit home runs. 2 yesterday as they won the series against the Rays.
Can you read that text? And my brains, I just started, what?
I'll do this for our listeners. The Blue Jays clinch a wild card spot with a 3-3 homestand mark against the Yankees and Rays. That would leave the Jays at 90-72. The reason that mediocre of a mark will get them in, because the Mariners, Rangers, and Astros all play each other. Only 2 of those 3 teams can reach 90 wins.
You probably could have just done the
3
with
3.
the record of 3-3. They'll make it.
Yes,
chances are they'll make it.
We do have to check in on our old pal Billy Salt. He was just sell the team about 2 weeks ago for the Jays. He said there was 0 chance, no chance.
No one knows what you're talking about.
They were playing terrible.
They were. Okay, we move to Bills.
That's bad karma, by the way. If you want to talk about it, like that's you inviting bad karma.
I know. That's why I've said nothing in that group chat since that was posted.
Right.
The Cavalry crew continues to win. Dean, check this out. Our boys will officially be top of the table. They've won the regular season. The Canadian Premier League Shield, which does indeed punch their ticket to the CONCACAF Champions League for.
Hey, Rhett,
look at the skipper.
Hey, you want to say anything to old Tommy?
You want winners?
Little mea culpa.
Winners win. 5 draws in a row to start.
There
There
it is.
Look how sharply dressed. Look at that. See, when you know you're winning the title, you just dress different, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Rhett, he borrowed this costume. You had this. I think it was your brother pulled it out of your house for him. What dress up concert was
how
this?
he got into that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'd love to play dress up.
Looks like he's rocking about a 24, 28-inch waist there. Look, he's very
dry clean that thing first. Yeah.
Jesus.
Here's what we keep. Now, they still have regular season games left and then the playoffs, but securing the regular season title, the President's Trophy, if you will, of the CPL, they are entered into this North America and the Caribbean tournament. At the bottom, you'll see Nashville's in. You'll see that there's 6 Mexican teams are in there as well. Miami FC, Dino. That's Messi and co. They're in the same. Yeah. They could draw Messi again. Exciting.
What's the date? That
now you got to fill out the rest of these. That's just we're still collecting teams here.
Because
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 6.
Because when Messi's at Atco Field, I might go. I might leave the basement for that.
So just 15 teams remaining of the 27, and once we fill the field, then we'll see the bracket, and then you can see Messi.
Is it made however they feel like it, or is it scientifically?
This is year 1 of this format, so I think they probably get to make it up as they go, and there's nothing published necessarily about how they're going to seed these things.
Come on, Atco.
There was a great photo on the weekend. Remember when Messi tried going out for dinner in Argentina, and like just millions of people were outside the restaurant?
Yeah.
Like on the weekend, he's at the grocery store pushing his cart around. Fucking nobody bothered him.
Life's good. Hey, Rhett, that's like Huberto. You can go get coffee in Miami, no sweat. Calgary, good luck.
Yeah.
Maybe to the next degree, but sure. We will move to our kickers. We start with the Buffalo Bills edition of the kickers. There have been members of the Bills Mafia welcoming their sons into the Bills Mafia. I don't know if you've seen this. Let's have a watch. We have a couple. One's a little longer, but here we go.
All right.
I would like to thank you all for attending this joyous occasion as we welcome my son Joshua Ryan Shute into the Bills Mafia. I would like to start with a blessing. Joshua Ryan Shute, may you be blessed by Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, Steve Tasker, Mark Levy, and all the Bills greats, so that you may never have to endure the mediocre football that was the Buffalo Bills between 2000 and 2018. In their names, in the name of our Lord and Savior Josh Allen, we pray. R. McDermott, who art in Buffalo, hallowed be thy name. Thy process come, thy will be done, on land as it is through the air. Give us this day our weekly win, and give us our joss passes, as he stiff arms those who trespass against us, and lead us not into irrelevancy, but deliver us to the playoffs. In Allen we trust.
Got the Labatt Blue there. That's the blue.
Oh, I like that.
Blue around here.
It's the baptisms. The kid drink the blue. This is going to go poorly if that happens.
I baptize you in the name of Stefan Diggs, Von Miller, Jordan Poyer, and Micah Hyde. Now, by the power vested in me, by the only NFL team in New York, and by our Lord and Savior, Josh Allen, I welcome you into the Bills Mafia. The Bills make me want to shout.
Jesus Christ.
If there was any question to the level of insanity of Bills fan, like that's just that's very. You've seen this before, Rhett. Like this happens. In fact, I bet you there's another video just like this of another guy doing the same thing for his kid. There's got to be. Like I bet you this happens every two. Oh, here we go. Here's another one.
It's a trend.
Gathered here today to witness the baptism of the newest member of the Bills Mafia, Axel John Snyder. May your Labatts be cold, your wings extra crispy. In the name of McDermott, Bean, and the Holy Allen, in Marv Levy's name, amen.
Rhett, you got to get in on this, like
This
baby tables.
It's
Also
Billy's
with
birthday,
baby tables.
right? Can you do some kind of a table celebration with your
I'm
boy
throwing
today?
him off the roof, do a table
Yeah.
into Razor's pool.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Those kids have a bright future.
Proud of those folks.
Yeah. Probably.
May their Labatts be cold.
Yeah. Probably future presidents of the United States there.
Mhm.
And it's true. You get extra crispy on the
Yes,
wings.
crispy.
You don't want soggy.
We need a vibe check on the Bills. They've been pretty seamlessly dominant since that week one. Meh. Where are we at? Vibes. Two bad teams, I guess you say.
Vibes are good. We're still mad about the Jets thing, though.
How the hell did he not like? He throws for one touchdown yesterday.
The defense had
One touchdown.
5, 6. No, they had 6 sacks, 5 turnovers, and a touchdown.
I like the D week one. I told you. I think they're good.
God,
You don't think so? I know. I think the D's
D
good.
was good.
People were they were like, eyebrows were raised because Allen slid a couple times. Like,
Mm.
here. Sure, we like it. Do we like it? Yes, but no.
Finally, Rhett and the Shoveler out for a weekend bike ride. But the problem is you had to rent bikes. And I think this is one of those ones where it's not a handbrake for the Shoveler. You have to like pedal backwards. You know how you use that to use the brake?
Old school. Yeah.
And I think she didn't realize it and took her legs off. This is big trouble. Let's have a close look here. Come on.
What a world.
If you can't see this, the Shoveler didn't know how to access the brakes and
She
narrowly
was
avoided
hammered.
multiple cars.
She was hammered
just
and she was
right
bragging
over the
about
handlebars.
how good she was at BMXing and paid the price.
So hopefully she's all right. That's your Pinder Report.
Okay, good. Brought to you by Village Honda. Huge selection of used vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets. Over 70 units on site, access to more than 400 more in the dealer group. It's your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. Village Honda, Northwest Automall, your dealership for life. It's Village Honda. How is life in Buffalo? Do you see a lot of those sorts of things happening?
It's a little stressful today, Dean, to be honest with you, because of the Finns.
Fins.
I had to cross the border.
Yeah.
I had to cross the border yesterday, and the border guard said I should send you in for wearing that hat.
Oh,
What? The Bills hat? What are you
in New York?
What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I'm a Fins fan. So I just
Ooh.
drove through. Keep the passport.
Just I flipped the bird and drove right through the arm.
Keep the passport.
Well, yeah, that's 70. You know, like they've played well. Them dumb Dolphins.
That's
We're worried about that. Sunday
when do they play
afternoon.
each other? That's
Right
going to
here
be a
this
hell of a
Sunday.
game.
This weekend.
Yeah, that's
In Buffalo?
Yes.
Oh, it's too early. You want the bad weather for those softies. Damn
Why
it.
don't you guys come down?
We have an event on Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah, we're at Thoroughbreds.
It'll be good to see you there, Rhett.
Century Downs.
that'd have been nice to know that was lined up.
Yeah.
You don't get your emails, so you know.
Finns won by 50 yesterday.
Toy!
Dolphins 70.
College, right?
Broncos 20.
Well, it's key for the rankings, right? Because the margin of victory is crucial. So that's very important for the Dolphins.
First team to score 70 in a game since November of 1966. That was before they had a Super Bowl. So it's been a while.
For the merger.
Team records for points, touchdowns, total yards, rushing yards, second half points. They had 10 touchdowns.
We don't talk about the Dolphins on the show.
First team in NFL history to put up 350 passing and 350 rushing yards in a single game.
So another 7.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns for Raheem Mostert, and the other guy ran for 200 in a pair.
A-Chain, well, yeah, 2 rushing, 2 receiving, and no Jalen Waddle in the game.
Yeah, no Waddle. So
And the final points, they hit 70 with 8 minutes left in the game.
yeah,
And could have put another 3 on the board, but Mike McDaniel said, no, that's not, I'm not looking for bad karma. It's not in the spirit of the game. And McDaniel, you may not know this. He's a Colorado guy. Check out this picture. At one time, he was the ball boy. Look at that. He was the ball boy for the Denver Broncos. Got the earrings going.
Looks like that's boy band guy back in the 90s.
I kind of dig this guy. I don't. He came in last year, had a little bit of swagger in the press conferences. For a guy that's kind of nerdy, kind of cool. Anyway, now our boy Alex Singleton was on the wrong end of that. If you
remember. Geez. I drafted the Denver D. Luckily, I got the hell out of there after Washington hung 30 on him last week. Isn't that supposed to be? Yeah, that's what I mean. And like Denver was supposed to be like, well, you know, Russell Wilson maybe can bounce back a little, but at least it's a good D. No.
Garrett Bowles is one of the linemen for the Broncos. Brother. How do you you always say, Rhett, about asking dumb questions.
Yeah.
The media asks stupid questions. I'm not sure what you ask in the Denver locker room afterwards.
Nothing.
There's not much to say, but here's Garrett Bowles, lineman, after.
How would it be emotions like going through your head personally?
Shit. Shit. It's tired of losing, man. I've been here for 7 years and all I've done is loss, and it's frustrating.
I feel like that could be a good drop. Shit. With the little accent, whatever he's got. Shit. Yeah. That'll be hard to forget that one.
No, you gotta forget it.
Fun-loving quarterback that keeps everyone light.
Should have forgot about it already. Like you can't wallow in something like that.
Well, I remember because Sean Payton came in as the head coach and he ripped Nathaniel Hackett on the way when Hackett was gassed. Like, oh, this guy I've been watching from afar, and this team doesn't know what 0-3 70 burger.
I think Sean Payton might have seen this coming, hence why he said all those things. It was like, oh boy, we're no good. Yeah,
they're no good. Your Chargers almost charged themselves yesterday, but the Vikings charged themselves.
They did their best.
They sure did.
4th and 1 at your own 29, if I'm correct.
24, yeah.
24. If you go for it and get your first down, the game's over. You can kneel, victory formation, you can walk off the field. Or you punt it deep with how much time left?
It was, 20 some odd seconds. Final minute anyway. I thought I had it.
And
here,
make
but
them
it's
march.
Crazy.
Make them try to march the field for a touchdown. They're up 4, so a touchdown had to happen. And boy, Harry at the end, and then it bounces off a Viking to be intercepted. It's like,
well, I remember Staley was applauded for being a run and gun and take chances and go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
From your own 24, hey?
Yeah.
Your own 24.
I mean, if it works, God, he's a genius. But it sure hasn't worked a lot for him since he got the job.
Oh God! And then the Vikings.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that clock management at the end. They get a
Yeah.
first down, and just watch about 20 seconds.
What are you doing?
Roll off the clock, and then in the post game, Kirk Cousins says, "Yeah, I couldn't hear the coach in my friggin' headset, so we just kind of winged
At
it."
home. Yeah. In Minnesota. The hell.
Well
The
done.
sorry, I'm blanking on something here. Yeah, never mind.
All
Screw
right,
it.
good. The Cardinals, as we talked about earlier, beat the Cowboys. The Cardinals gave their coach a Gatorade shower after the win. 1-2, week 3. Gatorade.
That might be their only win of the year. I mean,
I guess you better celebrate.
I guess so.
and that's a team that everyone thought was a Super Bowl contender before that. I think everyone is reassessing if you lose to the Cardinals.
You know what? Didn't the Cardinals have a lead at the half last week?
Yes, it took
Right? Like they're trying to get the first
Daniel
overall pick,
Jones.
trying to
They were
do
down.
that.
Daniel Jones, the Giants were down
That's
28
right.
nothing, I believe, and they rallied and won. And that's for Cardinals fans. They're like, this is perfect because we want to be bad. We want the first overall pick, but we also like that our team's trying. By all means, get a lead and then lose.
Yeah.
But they hung on for a win. Tough in those inverse standings.
And now the Bears, who are trying to be good, as we talked about earlier, they're terrible. In the last
abandon
week,
that attempt.
defensive coordinator resigned.
Ooh.
Justin Fields said some of his struggling because the coaching's not great.
He's got to think less out there. That's what he said. Yeah.
And didn't they? And
As the quarterback.
they had about $100,000 worth of gear stolen from their stadium.
Oh.
They'll be okay. Not worried about
They
that.
had like somebody broke it. How? Like 6 figures worth
A lot
of
of helmets.
helmets and shoulder pads. Maybe get a new padlock or whatever you got to do. So, but that's how it's going. They lose 41-10 to the Chiefs. And yes, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift appear to be a thing.
You heard it here first on the Pinder Report 2 weeks ago, boys. Come on now.
Now, did you see? This is Kelce and Taylor Swift after the game
This
in
is
Kansas City. He's got the top down on the old car there.
oh yeah.
And they're just,
Life's good on the freeway.
young love, Rhett. Young love.
I think it was Bill Belichick in his press conference yesterday that said Kelce has made a bunch of great catches in his career, but if it's true, this is his greatest. So,
Yeah, this will be the
tough to
best,
disagree with that.
biggest catch of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Steelers, Jack, your Steelers coming through for you last night. You must have been jacked.
Jack was jacked.
Vibes are good. I was happy.
Hang on. Do we have the Jack cam ready? Can we go to the Jack cam?
What are you talking about? Vibes are good. Like
Vibes are good.
We're first place in the division. We're all right. Matt Canada got his promotion. He put together a
Right.
somewhat
You
competent
hate
offense.
that, man. You said
Yeah.
when I was in Pittsburgh on Friday to find him and punch him in the head.
Then
And
he got
now
promoted.
it's a good thing.
It's true.
and
Now he's
Please.
showing his good moves. He
Yeah,
wasn't
please.
showing his good plays before. He got
Matt
the promotion.
Canada-
Now you use the good playbook.
In the nuts. Oh, okay.
It's true. That's what you were
2
talking
and
about
1.
last week.
And they beat the dominant forces of nature that are the Raiders and the Browns.
Browns.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
clearly a contender.
I mean, the Ravens lost to the Colts. Bengals
In
sucked.
overtime.
And the Browns are the Browns.
Bengals
You're
tonight
good
have the
shit.
Rams. That's one of 2 Monday nighters, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And Burrow still with that calf. Oy.
Mhm.
Says he's going to go.
Oh,
Why
of
doesn't
course
he
not.
phone Aaron Rodgers and get it fixed. Get some kooky science. On
That's
it.
right. Get some lawn trimmings and some berries and grind it up
Horse
and
placenta, and yeah, throw that all over.
drink
that
it and rub it on his skin or whatever you need to do. Now you guys know what Cameo is, right? Where you can
thing. Yes, of
there's
course.
celebrities.
Camilleri?
Calamari.
Cameo. Where you be, hey, superstar or movie star or whatever, can you send a message to my friend and here's what I want you to say and I'll pay you to do so. Have you guys seen Breaking Bad?
Yep. No
Well, this
spoiler
is
alerts in here.
This is Hank, of course, the brother-in-law of Walter White. And Hank was hired by somebody to deliver a message to Mr. Canada.
He was a cop, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But I'll tell you what, Mitch has something to say. He needs you to get the fuck out of Pittsburgh, okay? Mitch says the Pittsburgh Steelers need to fire Matt Canada. Mitch also says that you ride Mike Tomlin's nuts and you call terrible plays on the offense. So, Mitch got a bone to pick with you, Matt, and hope this works out between you guys.
Pretty good. We got the gems. Who was the old principal from Problem Child? The Hurricanes fans kept going back to him. Passed away a year ago.
Sorry.
Oh, that super nasally voice. Rod the Bod.
Oh, Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, right.
He was made famous by the Hurricanes fans on cameo. That was amazing.
So now is he the offensive coordinator, Jack?
Yeah.
Is that
Matt
Canada?
Yeah, he started out as a QB coach, then he got promoted 3 years ago, and he sucked forever.
Yeah.
And there was, that sandwich shop in Pittsburgh, Dino?
Primanti's, yeah.
They were even tweeting about, we're not opening restaurants in Canada and we're not talking about the country. Like everyone in the city's been slagging this guy.
Well, if you still feel, even in spite of the 2-1 and the big win yesterday, if you feel like Canada needs to go, there's somebody who has ties to the Steelers who says he will come in and take over. Now, I think he's incredibly high during this clip.
Okay.
But here's Antonio Brown.
AB.
Who says he's in.
Matt Canada is a terrible offensive coordinator. Last week, we scored 6 points in 4 quarters. I think I should call the plays being that I am an offensive skill and I put the players in the best position to emphasize their skills.
He is high.
Check me out, AB, offensive coordinator. You dig.
You dig.
You dig.
So, like, is it high and drunk or just like crazy high or?
No, but Pinder, did you hear? He's not as high or drunk as the guy that fell in the pit in Buffalo.
The pit?
That was last week, yeah.
Oh, I missed a gooder. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Covered in human feces, fell into a hole.
Yeah, alcohol, crack, heroin,
LSD, cocaine,
yeah, LSD. Went into a porta potty.
Oh no!
And covered himself in the contents, and then climbed the fence and fell into the pit that is soon to be the Bills Stadium.
Oh dear. We all had tough nights out, but that's next level.
Mix. You know what? If there are aliens out there, they must look down and be like, these people, I just like.
Should we help them, or is this?
How are we going to? How could we lose to these beings?
Yeah, these people are not a concern.
They need our help.
We're going to lose to this. Look, dude's rubbing shit on himself. And they've got AI, and they think all right.
Well, I thought the mustard and ketchup was getting a little
out of hands.
Never mind that. I'll take that back now.
Hearing Loss Clinic, hearingloss.ca, founded in 1993 with the simple mission to make a positive difference in the lives of their clients. 4 Calgary locations. They are in Shaughnessy, the University District, Northwest in the Crowfoot Business Center, and the North Hill professional offices. If you feel like you're having issues with your hearing, or even if you're not, it's one of those things. You could be suffering from hearing loss and have no idea, just because you don't know what you're missing until you see what you're missing. It's one of those things. What they're great at. Go in for an evaluation. They are a Chamber of Commerce Professional Services Excellence Award winner year after year after year. You are talking about some of the very best anywhere right here in our city, plus locations in BC, Cranbrook, Creston, Fernie, Golden, and Invermere. On social, Twitter at The Hearing Loss, Instagram, The Hearing Loss Clinic. And the website there, you see it, hearingloss.ca. Get yourself in there. You know, you've got some of those, I don't know, if you get benefits. Remember that we used to get benefits? Oh, those were the days. Anyway, get in there. Get in there and have them take care of you. Could be life-changing experience for you. Hearingloss.ca, Hearing Loss Clinic. Good people. Good folks. We'll do Betway coming up, we'll talk about the football games tonight. Someone's having a birthday today. Somebody's having a birthday today, and I'm not sure if he played with you or not, Retro. I'm trying to remember. But this day in Flames history, brought to you by McLeod Law. Now, Peter Klein, he is, he's the personal injury guy. We've been telling you for weeks and weeks. McLeod Law is the best in the business. But did you know that Peter is also the go-to guy in Calgary for your disability insurance claim? If your long-term disability insurance company is refusing to pay those insurance benefits, all you need to do is contact Peter and put your feet up, because he will take care of the rest. The disability benefits you paid for and you deserve, he will get those for you. He gets your peace of mind back. He fights for you, and there's nobody better. He's available. There you see it. Peter Klein, there's the phone number. There's the email address, calgarypersonalinjury.ca, or mcleod-law.com is the website to get in touch with McLeod Law. I was trying to think when I saw that it was this guy's birthday, because I think Flames fans will remember him, if only because we said his name wrong for years before he finally, I guess, corrected, or somebody even thought to ask him
or
how
he
to say
changed
his
it.
name.
We've seen that too.
Or whatever the case. Yeah. Wasn't it Zach Parise said actually it's Parisi or whatever it is?
Jacob Markstrom went by Jakob for the first 6-8 years of his career.
Happy birthday to Toni Lydman.
Or Lydman.
Lydman. Did you play with Toni Lydman?
Come on, of course I played with Toni.
Of course you played with Toni Lydman.
Big ton of tone.
Yeah, give us I think it was 4 years in Calgary he played. Then went to Buffalo. I mean, boy, you guys should be thick as thieves.
They loved him here.
Did they?
I liked him here. He's a good player.
He is hang on one sec. How old are you today? You're 46 years old.
Tony.
Big Tony, Tone. So give me your best Toni Lydman story.
Oh, Toni Lydman story. Wow, he played with Reg. He was that good dude, actually. Him and Kipper used to get pissed up all the time.
Yeah. All those crazy Finns.
Yeah, they lived in the same complex, and they just scamper down the hallway and just pound vodka.
I was going to say, yeah. Death metal, vodka, finish.
Yep, chug-a-lug.
He always seemed like one of those guys. It's going to be hard for him to rub anybody the wrong way.
Yeah.
Just kind of nice guy, decent guy, okay player.
Steady, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was him and Rick Gear. They were really good together.
Yeah.
I tell you, he did a bit of everything. It's good.
And you can see there why you would think it's Lydman.
Yeah.
I got asked about Kylington over the weekend.
About how you say it?
How to say it?
Yeah.
Did you tell them Kylington? Who was it?
Well, and actually, I was reading this morning, Peter King, Monday Morning Quarterback. It's not Devon A-Chain, it's A-Chan.
A-Chan.
He talked to the kid last night afterwards. How do you say your name? Well, it's A-Chan. But A-Chain sounds like
way better.
Way better. Hey, Tony. Happy birthday, big boy.
How about Tone?
Vodka's on us.
You and Billy Bob. Billy Bob's birthday.
And Billy Bob's birthday. See, now I'll never forget that.
He's talking vodka.
Birthdays. That's right. Whatever your legal needs are, McLeod Law. McLeod-law.com. Whether your challenge is business or personal, they are in it with you. Professionals with a common goal, which is helping clients meet their goals. Calgary roots run deep. They know what it takes to be a Calgarian, and they want to help you out as best they can. Get them involved in whatever your issues are. Maybe you got stopped at the border because you were wearing a Bills hat, and then you drove off and you don't have your passport and you need to get it back. Retro McLeod Law. It's that easy.
I've used them.
All right. Just get Pete in the ring.
Wasn't Pete?
Just like, we forfeit. We're good. Yeah. Walk out. Oh, you got Peter Clark. God damn it. We're out of here.
This is going to be a convoluted story.
Okay.
But it's all going to come together with a nice little bow.
I'm going to give you my full attention then, Dean.
All right. Over the weekend, there were NHL hockey games played in Australia.
Australia, mate.
What do they call it? The
Down Under
Summit Series. It had some name. Anyway, the LA Kings, I believe, and the Arizona Coyotes went to Australia to play 2 games. It looked like there were some issues, like the ice Ice quality was not good. They were
Played in a tennis stadium.
They had at the Rod Lave, they had to cancel practice one day. But either way, the Aussies, I think, were very excited to see NHL hockey. Now, this is where it gets a little... Last Christmas, we had our charity event. One of the people who won an auction, they won the Barn Burner Experience, came in, watched the show. We went out for dinner. Mark.
Our boy Mark.
Mark's girlfriend. All right. So the winner, these winners,
They're making it worse.
of one of our contests, her brother, Darcy Hordichuk.
Legendary scrapper.
Right? From Kamsack, Saskatchewan. Played in Vancouver. He good guy, Darcy Hordichuk. And she was saying, I should, we'll connect you guys. You should get him on the show. It's like, absolutely. Hordichuk, great guy. Yeah. He's in Phoenix, lives in Phoenix. He's got deep connections. He's doing stuff with the the waste management, and he's doing stuff with the Coyotes. What's that?
The Thunderbirds, the charity group.
Sure. So he's doing a whole bunch of great stuff in Phoenix. You should get a hold of him. Sounds great. Well, Darcy Hordichuk, he's involved with the Coyotes. He's going to Australia to help out and coordinate some of the stuff for the hockey team, for the Coyotes.
Yeah. Sure.
Mark says, this is again, Darcy is going down there. We see Aussie Brad on the show all the time. They should try and hook up. It's like, Ryan, you've been to Australia. It's not like, hey, I'm going to be at the same food court in the mall as you.
Do you know Tim in Toronto?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to Australia. You should maybe you should hook those guys up. Great idea, Mark. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll reach out to Aussie Brad and tell him that Darcy Hordichuk's going to Australia. You guys should really get together for a beer. Take a look at this.
Yep, there we are.
There they are. Aussie Brad.
What's going on?
And Darcy Hordichuk hanging out at the game. Aussie Brad with the Flames hat on.
Oh, what a beauty. Look at
the show is bringing people together.
Kick, punch, and boom.
And the reports are Aussie Brad, great guy.
Come on. As if there was ever a doubt.
Hordichuk says this guy's everything you would hope and want him to be. Absolute beauty.
Legend.
And look, he's got the fit. Keep punching.
Keep punching, boom.
How about that?
Yeah.
Now, Pinder, that credit to you. You're the matchmaker there. You made that happen.
Well, Aussie Brad somehow reached out, and it's just like I feel like he's now a piece of the show. He's part of the fiber of this thing.
Family.
He is family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
God.
Games are in Melbourne. He was in Melbourne. Connected these two beauties. We got to get Hordichuk on to ask him. And Aussie Brad, I think, is just recovering from like a 4-day hangover. He'll be sending us a video to recap the whole thing.
Is that right? Okay, good. Yeah.
Once he's found his wallet and gotten back to the man cave, he'll send us an update.
I see.
We should get Hordichuk on if we haven't yet.
We should. No, absolutely.
This guy was a fearless fighter. Like, my God, he had a website back in the day when websites weren't a thing that like players had, and it just showed all his fights. Mm-hmm. And he kept going from these like carnivorous animals to he was a panther, he was a predator, he was a coyote. Like every animal he went to was like some animal eats other animals. Like, fight everyone. Hordichuk was a maniac. Yeah,
what's that, right?
Orca. Well, I guess Orca. Yeah. Good stuff.
Love it.
And our boy Mark, again, the other connection was he gave us that Aussie Rules jersey that we hung up, and Aussie Brad was going nuts because it was the grand final for AFL. So small world.
And if you were watching that goofy wrestling at the Dome there, when Jey Uso hops the barricade and some guy's wearing a barn burner shirt in the front row.
That's our boy Mark.
That's Mark.
Yes. So good.
He's a good boy. He is a good boy. We got 2 football games tonight.
Yeah.
Again. And I get that there is some reasoning and rationale behind having 2 games on simultaneously. No one likes it.
No
one's happy about it. No one thinks it's a good idea. And I can't even imagine that they're getting the info or the data that they want. It's ESPN and ABC, so it's both Disney.
Same owners.
Well, the nice thing about the TV that I stole, it has It's already signed into a few accounts, so I don't have to get
Oh
any.
my God.
The 85er?
Maniac.
So you did haul it out.
Turned it on yesterday because I was going to have to sign up for the to stream some stuff, and I'm like, let's think outside the box here.
Yeah.
What could be? Let's try this.
Good for you.
Oh,
well done.
Shoveler's concerned that the person could see that it's signed in, though.
They might be able to.
Yeah, I don't know how that Hustler TV thing works, but you let us know if he backtracks to you there.
Proud of you.
Thanks, bud.
2 games tonight. Let's get into some of it with our Betway bets of the day. Betway, get the Betway app on your phone. Bet the responsible way with Betway. I'm going to the Rams-Bengals game.
Your boy.
Puka Nacua,
God,
receiver for the LA Rams. Week 1, 119 yards. Week 2, 147 yards receiving.
And 1 billion targets every week, Dino.
Every week.
Every week. 20 targets, 15 targets. What's
10
going
receptions, 15. Anyway, so 119 and 147 respectively, week 1, week 2. Put up 147 receiving yards against San Francisco.
Man.
They got the Bengals tonight. His over-under is 69.5.
Take the free money.
I'm taking the over, minus 115. And then Kyron Williams, running back for the Rams. He has put up 52 rushing yards in week 1 and week 2. Identical numbers.
Yep.
The Bengals, coming into week 3, had the worst run defense in the National Football League.
Okay.
So he put up 52 against the 49ers run D, which is one of the best. Now you get the Bengals, one of the worst. Can he get 59? 58.5 rush yards is the over-under. I'm taking the over, minus 150.
He's been the man there, and they just traded Cam Akers. Not that he was getting tons of run, but they've loved their Kyron Williams there.
So let's go. There's a couple for me. What do you got there, Pindo?
I'm going to dance on the other football game. I have really liked what Tampa Bay has done here in this early NFL season. I don't think they're great, but if you're going to give me 5 points and they're at home, I'll take the Bucks +5 against the Eagles, who had a very lackluster performance in week 1, almost allowing New England to come back and beat them. And yeah, they obviously ran the crap out of the ball last week and looked better, but the Bucks are undefeated and they've done some things. I'll take the 5 points. I think that's fair. And we'll to Major League Baseball, the Astros and Mariners are both rough. Houston's won 3 of their last 10. Mariners have lost 3 in a row. Great pitching matchup. Luis Castillo, Justin Verlander. I'm going to take Houston. They're the better team here, although I do like Seattle's starter a touch more. If you're the Jays, you can't lose. One of these teams is losing a half game on you. The other's gaining a half. They're idle tonight, so a lot of eyes will be on these 2 AL West teams. These 2 teams and the Rangers, 2 of the 3, one will in the division, and the other 2 of the 3 are vying for a wild card against the Jays.
This again, Rhett, feels like it's way too much info. There was a lot to. So you like Houston against the Mariners?
I like Houston. Houston money line plus 110.
There we go.
What did Noodles call it? The drunk monkey or the baby monkey?
Baby monkey.
I just had the baby monkey going.
Yeah, Noodles was saying on his on their show, Overdrive.
Yep.
You get late into the show, and maybe you've had something to eat because they do it 4 to 7 or whatever it is. So you have a bite to eat, and then you kind of get some of these going. They call the baby monkey. So good.
That's what happens when I start talking about Major League Baseball betting lines.
Well, just no.
I got a little off topic there. That's fair.
Yeah, you start to. Well, you know what? You're Pinder.
It's the only person I've been.
You start talking, and there you go. You know what you could do tonight? 2 football games. You're like, well, how am I gonna? They're both on at the same time. What the H am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Mad Rose Pub.
Right.
You go out to Mad Rose Pub in Royal Oak. 20 beers on tap. Kid-friendly Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. They've got unbelievable food, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, I could be wrong. Isn't Monday wing night? Don't they do wings on Monday night?
You can get them any day, but it's
I know.
Hell of a deal one of the days. I know.
Because I heard that dude with that great father with his pounding his kid through the Bills table. He was talking about extra crispy wings, and I got thinking about wings and Mad Rose. Anyway, both of the games are going to be on the screens there. Great great food. Some of the best pizza in Calgary. Gourmet pizza. They make the sauce and the dough fresh every single day. Maybe you want some takeout. We'll allow it. madrose.pub is the website. 15 Royal Vista Place is what you need to know.
5:15 kickoff. Go ahead, Rhett.
Sorry, Mondays at Mad Rose, 25% off appetizers.
Appies, all right. That'll do.
Get 8, Rhett. Get 8 appies.
At least 8.
Yeah.
And share nothing.
8 for the price of 6. Go
Sorry,
get it.
Billy Bob, birthday or not, you get nothing. 9.
You know how Daddy is with his appies. Mad Rose Pub.
There you go.
Royal Oak.
5:15 kickoff in Tampa, 6:15 in Cincinnati. So there's your staggered double dip on the Monday.
Very nice.
I don't mind that tonight.
How's the jet lag, Pinder? You know?
So it wasn't just the jet lag. It's that I had to do my stupid fantasy hockey draft from 2 until 4 a.m. on what was Sunday morning in Rome. Well,
I get it. I get it.
Long story
You're
short,
committed.
I had a plan in place, and then that fell through because people were being idiots. So I had to do it myself, which meant not getting to bed till 4 a.m. and then the travel. And then it was, a week.
Yeah,
of
but maybe
partying
that's
before
good. Maybe that helps your jet lag. You stay up there.
I got home and just crashed to 9 something last night. That's very early for Pinder. So 10 hours of sleep, feel great.
Good for you.
I was going to say, we talked a lot last week about how garbage you were going to be today.
Not bad.
Well done today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now,
Another
can
sleep
you
today?
avoid getting pussy and snotty?
Yeah, no, I think so.
Get a nebulizer?
I think it was just the right amount of time between the wedding night and the flight home. Because if it was it was Thursday and I flew on a Sunday, that's a good gap from your big party night to return to reality.
And your wife is still there, correct?
She's got, I think, like 8 gals on a big yoga retreat thing.
Lots of tears at the airport when she said goodbye.
Oh, yeah. She said hi to the kids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a kiss for me.
Yeah. Now, question, talking about fantasy. Now, I debated whether to do this. There's fantasy football, and there's what should you do? What's the ethics?
Yeah.
And then there's having a buddy.
Yeah.
Now, we all know that Rhett and his football team, Simply the Breast.
Yeah.
Rhett has already, through 2 weeks, become somewhat disenchanted with his team.
Oh, no. Is he starting dead,
Wasn't
guys?
he last week? He was like, I have no investment in this team. He's really kind of not here there. So I know this. And at the best of times, I don't know how much effort or attention he's paying. So it's yesterday. He has Jalen Waddle in his starting lineup.
Come on.
No, well, he has Jalen Waddle in, and on Saturday he was out.
Yeah, like it wasn't a game time decision on that.
So he was out. So I see this and I debate: do I message Rhett and tell him, "Hey, Waddle's out, make a switch," or do you just let him sink or swim? You're in the bed you made for yourself.
Well, you also got to look at who he's playing.
What is the proper etiquette there? I'll ask Jack and I'll ask you. Fantasy football, fantasy sports, what's the right thing to do? Try and help out a buddy or let him sink or swim?
Jack?
Depends who it is.
Oh.
Whoa.
Explain.
Playing favorites.
Oh, there's always guys in your leagues that are kind of weasels. So,
okay, so then let's go a step further. It's me and Rhett. This exact scenario.
Oh, he was playing you. That was my follow-up, Dean. Was he playing you?
No, he was not playing me.
Okay.
yeah, you gotta let Rhett know.
I gotta let Rhett know?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, did you see Pinder's face? Yeah, we got your answer.
No. I mean, I'm the commissioner of this league, so I hate it when this happens because people get mad at me. When it's like, they're not setting lineups. I'm like, I mean, you're the GM of your team and you should want to win. And if you make horrible mistakes, it's not other people's job to pick you up. But it just sucks for the whole league when this happens because now it's like some guy gets a W he might not have earned.
Glossing. Baby monkey again. Listen.
If I saw it, I would have mentioned it to him.
First of all, it saved me 3 effing points, so thank you for that.
Okay.
But I clicked the start. The
Active
starter.
players?
Yeah, active players.
Yeah.
So it should do it itself, I thought.
Failure.
I changed it, so maybe it would have done it. I don't know.
So I guess you have your answer. I did message Rhett and just said, hey, just so you know, Waddle's out. And he's in your starting lineup.
And
But then I got thinking afterwards, there would be some, and not this one, because I don't think anybody's particularly crazy over the top competitive in it, but there would be some guys would scream murder in a lot of fantasy drafts if you did something like that. I didn't think about it till afterwards. She's like, geez, did I do the right thing?
I would say at this time of year, it's less contentious, but if you're like 2 weeks to go and there's teams vying for like a playoff spot, multiple teams, and one team runs up against this, like that's when things get really heated.
I won't forget. I'm clicked in. I've start active players.
Mm-hmm. So you took out Waddle and put in what, Nico Collins?
Something like that.
He was awesome the first 2 weeks.
He got you 3 points.
Yeah.
We got a big lead. They just ran the ball. Houston.
So how's everyone doing in their fantasy? Rhett, you're going to get a win?
I'm going to get a win. I got screwed over by Fogel for like 125 points the 1 week that he's going to win this year. And anyway, I had 100. Anyway, that's fine.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm not fine. I'm going to go to 0-3 here unless I get a miraculous Brett Maher kicking performance tonight.
The former CFL, or you love the CFL.
Yeah.
Karma.
Well, I've ran into some good teams. I've also had some dog shit results. Deshaun Watson's still playing for me. What the hell am I doing here?
I don't know.
I've got Jordan Love on my bench 2 weeks in a row. Like, just play the guy. He's good.
Yeah.
He's great. Stop overthinking it, dummy. So we got a serious hole to climb out of here.
I think we did all we need to do.
Where are you at? Do you know you're gonna?
I'm playing Jack. I am down going
You're
into
2-0.
tonight. He's got his running back, Rashad White, I believe, of Tampa Bay. And I've got Hurts, Kyron Williams, and Puka.
Yeah.
Come on,
All
boys.
right.
Let's go.
You're expected to win by like 25. So you got a nice little cushion there.
Yeah, I know. Well, we appreciate you. Tomorrow on the show, deep analysis on tonight's split squad with the Seattle Kraken for the Calgary Flames.
Seattle who? They got a hockey team?
Split squads.
Ugh. You don't even like the word. Painful.
Who's it for? Is it truly
owners?
Well, fair enough.
You know who loves preseason? The owners. You know who hates it? Everyone else.
Let's make 2 hockey teams and send one on the road and keep. I just don't know if it's an evaluation tool at all.
I'm sure it is, but not for the guys we care about, right? That's the thing. This will be really good to evaluate, AHL bubble and junior guys. None of those guys are on these teams.
It's a tough spot though, right? Because you think about last night as well. Coronado, you want a spot on this team, you better do something. 3 goals. Well, yeah, look who you played against.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking AHLers. So whatever. You can't win.
You'd rather see him score than not, but it's just, like who's really like, I've seen some people on Twitter trying to do the big dissection on this year versus last year. I'm like, no, this is preseason against people you've never heard of. No. But hey, if you took your kids and you like hearing the goal song, it was a great night.
It was a great night. Yeah, have some. I think they still do the malt, the ice cream over there.
Heck yeah, it's a staple.
Right?
I want to see that new wing place. We're gonna do some research here. Maybe I'll do some preseason if that's the case. If that wing
They
place.
also have this new thing. I saw people tweeting about it where you swipe a card, you go in and you self-serve, and then you got some new
the European style where you get a whole bunch that you don't need.
Yeah, you go in and just start grabbing stuff because it's free, except you have to swipe your credit card, and it's like, oh,
right, it's a grab and go. They had that in Toronto, at the Rogers Center.
There you go,
Jays.
Buddies, subscribe, like, tell your friends, be kind.
5 stars.
5 stars. Help somebody out that needs help today. And if somebody has Jalen Waddle in their starting lineup,
let them know.
Do the right thing and let them know. See you tomorrow, buddies.
Jack.